Good evening, everyone, and welcome, class of 2028. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Julia Dolan, and I'm the Director of Admissions here at Loyola School. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all tonight to our reception for accepted students. For some of you, our work began together last May at our 7th grade breakfast, where you lined up on Park Avenue early on a sunny morning, excited and nervous to begin your high school application process. For others, it may have been attending one of our open houses, meeting myself or one of my colleagues during our visits to your schools or at a high school fair, or even just getting to know us through students, alumni, and parents who are already a part of the Loyola family. No matter how our journey together began, I am so happy to have had the opportunity to get to know you and your families and officially welcome you into the class of 2028 tonight. Over the next hour, you will hear from all different members of our Loyola community, such as school leadership, students, alumni, and parents. Our speakers are so excited to share with you why Loyola was the right choice for them, how they came to their decision, how their experience as a member of our community made a difference in their lives, and hopefully give you an inside look on your future high school experience and what it can look like should you choose Loyola School. So when I sat down and began to reflect on what I want to say to all of you this evening, I decided to take a different approach. I want to share with you all what the admissions committee and I saw in this class of 2028 through reading your applications, speaking with you in interviews, and reading all the wonderful things your teachers, parents, coaches, and mentors had to say about you that helped to get you to this very event tonight, in addition to all of your hard work, of course. Through reading your applications, our admissions committee learned that you come from over 100 different schools in 9 different states and 4 different countries. We learned that collectively you speak over 10 different languages, and most are learning a second or third language, whether it be at school or on your own. Among the athletes in the room, we learned that the majority of you are interested in participating in track and field, basketball, and soccer. In addition to these sports, we have student athletes who sail, ski, swim, play football and rugby, dance, competitively and professionally. We also have many talented actors, musicians, and performers in the room tonight. Some of you have starred in your school musicals over the years, while others may have just auditioned for the first time last year and discovered a newfound interest in the performing arts after having limited exposure after the pandemic. An overwhelming majority of you spoke about service and volunteer work you have already participated in and hope to continue in your high school. From setting up blood drives or breast cancer screenings with your local church, to working in food banks, or creating care packages and bracelets for the sick children, to tutoring your classmates during recess. Service work is something that is not going to be new to the class of 2028. In reading your recommendation letters, we read that your teachers find you to be hardworking, dedicated, motivated, inclusive, kind, and compassionate. Many of your coaches and mentors refer to you as leaders, strong examples for your teammates, and that you are not afraid of doing the right thing. Through our interviews, we learned that many of you are excited and ready for high school, while at the same time being a little bit nervous about making new friends and, of course, the homework. But ultimately, the biggest thing that my team has learned from the class of 2028 as a whole is that you chose to apply to Loyola because of what you felt when you walked into our building for the first time. The sense of home and community and belonging. The opportunities to pursue your interests academically, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. So when you put all this together, it was an easy decision to invite you to join the class of 2028 and have you here tonight. Your interests, passions, and goals align with who we are as an institution, and I hope that you were able to see that tonight. So without further ado, I am honored to introduce to you the president of Loyola School, Mr. Tony Arzani.
Thank you, Ms. Dolan, and thank you to you and your team for all your hard work during this admission season. and welcome to all of you, and congratulations on your acceptance to Loyola School. And since that's the most important thing I can say this evening, I'll say it again. Congratulations on your acceptance to Loyola. I was thinking about our accepted families this weekend, and I asked myself what you might be thinking after having received your acceptance to Loyola School. Our admissions office, Mr. Linus and I have received lots of messages filled with joy. At the same time, we recognize that many of you are still deciding what high school to attend. As part of the decision-making process we are now in, my read is also that we want to get a better sense of who Loyola School is, and we hope to do just that for you this evening. A few years back, we asked our students what single word best described who Loyola School is. The words most commonly used were community, family, inspiring, generous, challenging, and growth. I love that our students emphasize growth. It's truly remarkable that our wonderfully talented and dedicated faculty are able to shape our students in this environment, influenced by these characteristics with a student-to-faculty ratio of 8-to-1. A school that is truly inspired by Jesuit and independent school leadership principles, a school that helps students grow into the people they can and should become. Another question likely on your mind is, when will this new building be ready? Yes, we are in the midst of a very exciting new building project. And I've been part of more than 100 meetings regarding our new building. And whenever I ask our project managers about it, they will say the new building will be ready in September. Later on in the program, Jim Linus will take you through a terrific video animation which will give you a great sense of what is being created for our students. And your class will help open this new building. It's worth noting that this project is inspired by searching for the answer of what is best for our student body. It's not the building, it's about our students. We will add 10,000 square feet of new space, about 20% more additional space for the school. The new building structure is fully built right behind us in the yard behind us, and right now we're building out the interior spaces of the building. We are not anticipating the expansion of our student body. This project was taken on to further enhance the teaching and learning process. There's a seamless connection between the new building, what we call our 1900 building, which is often our classroom building, and this, what we call our 1954 building as well. And once again, in a few minutes, you'll learn much more from Mr. Linus. I also wanted to share a few thoughts about our new principal, who will start on July 1st. Jim D'Angelo has been a high school principal for 17 plus years, 15 years at another Jesuit school. A trusted friend shared with me that Jim is the finest educator he's ever had the privilege of working with over the years. I describe him as a leader who cares for students, teachers, institution, and community. And I'm certain he will accomplish great things for our Loyola School. I hope you enjoy the evening. I hope that we'll connect more personally at the end of the program as well. And for now, I'll hand things over to Mr. D'Angelo, who will offer a few words. Mr. D'Angelo. Thank you.
Mr. Arzani, thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. It's so great to see you. Much like you, I'll be starting my own journey here at Loyola next year. I bet you and I have shared many of the same questions and the same sense of asking, is this the right place for me? I come to Loyola from a different perspective, right? A different experience, not as a student, but as the next principal. But what has impressed me is how Loyola uniquely brings together its Jesuit Catholic, independent, co-educational experience into one roof. There's a lot there. There's a lot here when you think about that, but also how unique that is, right? There's certainly a lot of other schools here in New York to choose from, a lot of competition, but in this way, I think Loyola is in a league of its own. My own decision process about Loyola ended a couple of weeks ago, but I hope you got that same sense of welcome and how the school came alive as people shared their Loyola story with you and how people come together and make this place alive every single day. You've probably visited Loyola and seen things, but tonight it's probably a little different because you've been accepted, and everything that you see is within your reach for the taking. As a member of the class of 2028, you'll be given many opportunities to come together with your classmates and engage in great things. You'll be asked to assume responsibility for projects for learning both inside and outside of the classroom. It was Ms. Dolan was talking before about what the admissions committee saw in you. Right? You will find a home here at Loyola for those many interests that she was speaking about and even more. Maybe designing and building sets for play, right? Making sure that athletic practices form you into good athletes, but as well into a good team. Writing, editing, creating artwork for different publications, working with classmates and teachers on projects in the science lab, and opportunities for learning personally here are really boundless. You'll also have that opportunity to build your spiritual life through things like service projects, masses, and prayer services, right? And they'll allow you to come together and, regardless of your faith, to come to know your own God better and to deepen that relationship to you through Loyola School. Jesuit high schools around the country and throughout the world have tried to capture, in a catchy phrase, what they hope for in schools. And words that we share are competence, conscience, and compassion. And I think you've heard a lot of that before with Ms. Dolan's remarks. And they're more than just words here at Loyola. They're really the foundations of what we do both inside and outside of the classroom. And they connect us to an amazing network of Jesuit schools around the world of close to 4,000 institutions and about 2 million students. That's what you get when you come to a place like Loyola. At the same time, Loyola School is a very manageable place, right? About 50 students in a class, and students and teachers travel from a lot of different places to come here, and they form this special community. And Loyola is remarkably diverse for a small school. In that sense, it's going to be tough to hide at Loyola. People will know you. The benefit of that is that you'll be known and you'll be challenged to promote your individual growth and your development in ways that you never thought about before. None of you will choose Loyola because it is the easiest option for your high school education. We understand that. But we also know that from the greatest challenges come the greatest rewards in life. From what you've shown through your applications, right, we at Loyola believe that you, with your gifts, your talents, and the potential that you bring, you will help to make Loyola an even better school in the next years. And really, right, Loyola has said yes to you, and what remains after tonight is whether you will say yes to Loyola. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being here and having one more look, as Mr. Rosemont was speaking about. And at this point, it's my pleasure to pass this podium and microphone over to Mr. Jim Linus. He's Loyola's current principal, and he's a longtime friend and good colleague of mine. As you will no doubt see, Jim's knowledge of Loyola in particular and secondary education in general is encyclopedic. Right? It's built on a foundation of over 40 years of experience in leadership in Jesuit education. And he's going to lead us tonight on a video animation of Loyola's new building expansion project that is currently underway that we'll get to enjoy in the next years. So thank you again for your attention. It's great to see you. And I ask Mr. Linus to please come.
Thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Good evening, everyone, and I want to add my own words of congratulations to you as well. I'm excited to be able to show you this video animation because I'm extremely excited about this new project. I was Loyola's, by the way, this is my 42nd year here at Loyola and my 50th year as an educator, so you'll forgive me, right, if I'm ready to kind of step back a little bit and just take it a little easier. I'm not leaving Loyola. I'm going to continue and teach a math class. So it's I suppose it's conceivable that 4 years from now I might be teaching a few of you in AP Calculus. We'll see. But I love Loyola. I've been here for such a long time, and I know that this project is really going to be transformational to the life of a Loyola student. And I bet there are a lot of seniors who would look at you with a lot of jealousy because you're going to have the opportunity to move into this wonderful new building that we're working on, and it's going up right back here behind me, as Mr. Ortslani said. And I'm really thrilled too. I just want to add that Mr. D'Angelo will be taking over as the principal. I know him to be a wonderful educator, a wonderful leader in Jesuit education. So, I think without further ado, I'm hoping that this is going to work out okay. We will start our animation. And we're starting down on the bottom floor. And I'm going to start with a quick pause right away. There's a play that I know of called The Real Inspector Hound. It starts with a pause, and one of the critics in the audience watching the play says, "You can't start with a pause. What are you doing?" Well, I'm starting with a pause because I think it's really important. I think it's really important to note that downstairs in the student commons, this is our cafeteria. Currently, if you've been down there on one of your visits to the school, you've noticed that there's no natural light. Look at that wonderful skylight now that's going to let a lot of beautiful natural light come down into the student commons for lunch periods and a place to be when you have a free period as well, or an unscheduled period. We don't like to call them free, they're unscheduled. So the other thing that you notice as you look at this lower level, to the right of the picture, there's some offices. That's where our counseling offices will be. And as we continue to move through into what is the current old section of the commons that's going to be completely renovated, you see that we have a variety of kind of seating type spaces. We've got some higher seating around the columns. There'll be some different types of tables down there for you to sit at and enjoy your lunch and enjoy the company of your fellow classmates. As we move back, you can see the food line. That's the area, of course, where you'll be returning your trays, and then over to the side here is the food line, and then beyond that is going to be the refrigerated drink area and so on. And you can start to see now coming into view the locker area, right? So there are the student lockers. This is the major portion of the lockers. There are some others in other areas as well. And as we turn and look back into that section of the commons, back into that newer area, that area that's being pushed back out underneath of the current jug yard back there. You look back and you see also offices that will be the campus ministry and Christian service offices, both extremely important aspects of life here at Loyola. And then if we move up to the next level, we have an area that's, I'm going to pause right away again as we move to this floor. And point out on the right, this area is right across from the principal's office. If you walk by that corridor in your visits, this is directly across from the principal's office. When you look to the right, you see one of the small conference rooms that will exist on several of the floors in the new building. And I want to point out there that you see the brick, the exposed brick. That's the external wall of the current school building that's going to be incorporated. And I think it's a really important symbol. It's a symbol of the traditional, the older building that's being merged with the contemporary, and that's what we feel is also true about the program here at Loyola. We are a traditional college preparatory program, but I think we have innovative approaches to a lot of things as well. So I like that symbolism there with the brick wall. As you move into this area, you'll notice to the left, as the camera kind of turns, this is going to be the college counseling offices, and the director of college counseling will be there, as well as the associate to the director of college counseling. And then this area, as we now pan to the right, this I think is my favorite area. I love this space. this is going to be sort of we're calling it the Discernment Center. It's an area for students to kind of come into and maybe practice a little bit of mindfulness, maybe curl up into one of these, as you can see, these cubbies. Try to get rid of that. There we go. You see the cubbies there, you can climb into one of those. Maybe just relax, read a book, listen to a little bit of your meditative music, and just have an opportunity to be. I like that. As we move up now to the second floor, this is outside of the library. You see on the left there is the elevator. The elevator will go to all of the different floors. And again, one of those conference rooms on the right. As we move into this space, you see an area that's going to be a collaborative area for students to work together on projects. And then to the right is going to be another educational area, an instructional space with that sliding glass door that you saw that will separate the two. As we move up to the fourth floor, and I'll stop for a second and just mention that the third floor is not part of the animation. What we're going to be putting on the third floor is a new faculty room, and the current faculty room will be returned to an instructional space for classes. You see the elevator again, but what's really cool about this STEM lab that we're doing now is that it also gives our robotics team a home for their robotics field, and then the STEM lab that will host a lot of our coding and STEM and science projects. And then on the top floor is the music and dance studio. On the left, you see risers that can be moved and changed into position for choral purposes. Then an opportunity for instruments to be stored up there. This will also be a classroom that will be used for our music classes. And you see the big mirror, we'll be able to use this as dance space as well. And this room will also be used as the backstage area for us, for our theater, for our actors, which the stage is just off to the right there in this rendering. So that pretty much is an exciting preview of our new building. So I'm looking forward to it in September, and I hope that you'll be here to experience it as well with all of us. So thank you very much, and I think I turn things over to Ms. Dolan again.
All right, thank you, Mr. Linus, Mr. D'Angelo, Mr. Orslani. All right, so the next part of the event is where I hand the microphone over, or microphones, I should say, to our two student MCs for the night. Tonight we will be having the rest of the event held by John T. White and Gianna Gamarati. So come on up and give a round of applause for our student MCs.
Awesome. Hey families, how are you all doing? Welcome to Loyola.
Congratulations to all the 8th graders.
I'm John T. White, as previously.
I'm Gianna Gamarati.
And we're both seniors here at Loyola. We began our journey quite differently. I transferred here in the middle of my sophomore year from Melbourne, Australia, in 10th grade.
Yeah, so I actually spent my 9 years at St. Ignatius right around the corner. So whether you're looking to make a change where you go to high school, like attending a school in a new neighborhood, borough, state,
or the other side of the world.
Or if you're just looking for a high school that has a similar feeling, location, or community as the same one that you're currently in right now, we're excited to share with you why Loyola has been the right place for both of us, even though we had different experiences when looking for a high school.
I chose Loyola because of the Jesuit philosophy that the school really embodies, and I think makes this community so great. And I think the small size really allows you to develop really close connections with peers, and
Yeah, so pretty similar to Jonty, I was always used to being in a small size co-ed and religious environment, and I really wanted to continue that in high school.
As you can see from your programs, and you've already heard from Ms. Dolan, Mr. Orslani, Mr. D'Angelo, and Mr. Linus, we have a full program for you tonight. You'll be able to hear and see a little bit more of what your future can be. should you choose to enroll in Loyola's class of 2028?
So, to begin our event, we are so excited to introduce to you our classmate and fellow member of the class of 2024, Julia Arditi.
Hi everyone, I just want to say to all the 8th graders, congratulations on your acceptance to Loyola, and thank you so much for coming to our school tonight to learn more about our community. So I know, obviously, making the decision of where to attend high school is a difficult process and a life-altering decision. So whether you are definitely set on coming to Loyola or still deciding between schools, I hope that sharing parts of my experiences will tell you more about our school and reinforce why Loyola might be the right place for you. I spent elementary and middle school at the Chapel School in Westchester, a small school where I had personal relationships with all of my teachers and everyone in my grade. In middle school, I participated in various activities for our school play, community service, student government, and I sailed outside of school. So for me, the characteristics of a small school where I could develop relationships with my teachers and pursue my eclectic interests was central to finding my high school. When I visited Loyola, this may relate to some of you, but I was captivated by the academics that challenge you to expand your worldview, the service program that helps students develop a mindful understanding of injustice and how to combat it, and the small community of teachers and learners who work together for every student's success. After being accepted 4 years ago, like all of you, I sat in this room decidedly coming to Loyola, but extremely nervous about how all the aspects that attracted me to the school would unfold in my high school career. As a senior, I've changed dramatically from my accepted students' night and get to reflect with you on the tenets of Loyola's education that have most shaped my identity. What I appreciate most about Loyola's academics is the real-world application that my learning has. Whether I've observed the classical conservative and liberal theories that shaped U.S. politics and AP U.S. history that apply these concepts to modern U.S. politics, or researched how Latin words were used in ancient Rome to compare such uses to the values of ancient society, like cum laude, mirroring Roman work ethic and individualism, Loyola's education has helped me develop a thoughtful understanding of the world around me. All the while, I was supported by teachers available to help me whenever I needed it. But even if you don't have a natural affinity for a subject, as I have for the humanities, your relationships with teachers who curate classrooms where it's okay to fail are what sets Loyola apart from other schools. As someone originally averse to coding, after looking at a screen and seeing math, I entered my required sophomore year coding class only to get through the course. But after working with Mr. Scoville, our coding teacher during office hours, engaging with my classmates in interactive activities, and being given the freedom to code projects that I actually enjoy, I found out that I love solving algorithms. And since Loyola allows you to dive deeply into subjects you're interested in, I enrolled in a junior year web design course and now AP Computer Science, while being a teacher's assistant for a junior coding with physics class during my first semester this year. I've even found that understanding technology through code has a connection to my interest in government in a political climate so intertwined with technology. Aside from academics, our Christian service program has been extremely rewarding and transformative for me. From attending an immigration justice trip to the Arizona-Mexico border, where I learned from DACA recipients, Mexican citizens, and asylum seekers, to attending an economic injustice service trip in Camden, New Jersey, to the Ignatian Family Teaching for Justice, a student social justice conference in DC, Loyola's Christian service program has taught me to apply my learning to the world for an education that does justice. Last year, along with a fellow senior, Kat, I founded the Ignatian Advocacy Club, a social justice club with members from every grade. Together, we have done projects ranging from organizing the Jesuit Refugee Services Refugee Simulation for a school-wide event to organizing food for the Great Ignatian Challenge, a Jesuit food drive that Loyola raised 27,000 pounds of food for. The myriad of social justice opportunities at Loyola have not just nurtured my passion for social justice work, but encouraged me to find value in every person and experience I encounter by connecting with others and asking questions about our shared world. If you don't connect with service, in our diverse student-led extracurriculars, students are challenged to hone their talents and develop their passions with initiative and purpose. For me, this means being a member of congressional debate, where I've traveled to UPenn, Harvard, Princeton, and Louisville, Kentucky, while meeting students from across the country in state and national championships. I have also had the opportunity to be a Loyola ambassador, an Inez mentor, a member of the Diversity Awareness Initiative for students, and a peer leader for the freshmen. Co-curriculars from Stock Market Club to the Loyola Drama Club are available and taken advantage of by almost every student here. More importantly, being in a small school means there are invaluable leadership opportunities and room for connection with other students. In anything you choose, to every one of you, find comfort in the fact that you will find encouraging mentors in the older students to guide your journey in whatever it is that you love. Underlying all of my experiences, though, if you were to ask me the greatest gift that I received from a Loyola education, it's becoming a more principled person. In all of my endeavors, Loyola has challenged me to become a woman of integrity. But this doesn't mean that your principles are handed to you. Instead, after attending, you'll find nothing less than a faculty, curriculum, and community that asks you to develop your gift for something far greater than yourself. With conviction, I can say that pushing you to develop your lifelong values through learning and real-world experience is the greatest gift that any school that you decide to attend can give you, because it will transcend your high school career and establish a purpose behind all of your actions. That being said, wherever you choose to attend, your high school journey can't be all about accolades, because with it, you leave with little personal growth. In my experience, Loyola has been a school that's found value in not only what I accomplish, but who I've become, in me becoming a passionate, loving, and reflective individual. I'm certain that if you decide to attend, you will discover the same. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my experiences. I wish you all the best in wherever your high school journey takes you. And if you have any questions about my time here, please don't hesitate to ask them after our programs.
Thank you so much, Julia. That was a really insightful reflection on what Loyola's meant to you. It feels like just yesterday we were all sitting here in the gym during our accepted students night, and now just in a few short months we'll be off to different colleges and universities across the world to start the next chapter of our lives.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, John. Something I've really loved about Loyola is the small size and being able to become friends with people in so many different grades. Gianna and I, like many of our classmates, are still close with many Loyola alumni who we met during our time here. In fact, I think we have a few messages from some of the alumni who have graduated within the last few years that we'd love to share with you. Class of 2028, why Loyola was the right choice for them.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm a junior at Georgetown University and I'm majoring in psychology. And something that I loved about my Loyola experience was the community that I built with other people, and also learning the value of serving the community around me and volunteering. And I brought that to college through tutoring other people, through volunteering in my clubs, and through volunteering at a crisis text line. And I know I will bring that into my career and my future. So congratulations on getting accepted to Loyola. It was definitely a really amazing 4 years for me.
And I'm a junior at Rice University, double majoring in sport management and business. I graduated from Loyola in 2021, and I'm right now in Las Vegas because I just finished working at the NFL Honors. In the past, I worked with the Houston Texans, the Houston Rockets, the New York Mets, and New York City Football Club, and I'm really grateful for my time at Loyola with all the friends I made, the work ethic I developed, and all the teachers I created awesome relationships with.
Hi everybody. My name is Jules, and I graduated with Loyola's class of 2023. So I graduated this past year, and I'm currently a freshman at Northeastern University up in Boston. As you can see, I can actually see the Prudential Center from my dorm, which is very exciting, a different skyline. Up here, I'm studying a combined major of computer science and cognitive psychology, along with being on the +1 track. So I started to sub out some of my undergrad classes with graduate level courses. So in 5 years, I can graduate with my master's of computer science along with a bachelor's. The thing that Loyola prepared me for the most for college was just putting myself out there. Loyola was such a safe place, and because of that, I really came out of my shell, and I'm a completely different person than I was going into Loyola than coming out of Loyola. And if I didn't have the confidence that Loyola gave me, I wouldn't be able to join so many clubs just in my first semester of college. And I'm endlessly thankful for that because I've made so many new connections and everything through that.
My name is Chris Campbell. I'm from the class of 2016, and we're so excited to welcome you to the Loyola community. Loyola is such a special place to me. I can't promise that it's going to be like high school in the movies or TV shows. A lot of people like to think we're like Gossip Girl because we're 2 blocks away from the Met. That's not true either. But I can promise you one thing. You're going to make the most amazing friends there and have the most amazing community. that's what I've taken the most out of my Loyola experience, and being able to be part of such a small community and build such strong school spirit really made the most out of my Loyola high school career.
Hi, my name is Allie. I graduated from Loyola in 2020. I currently go to BU. I'm a senior studying health science. Loyola really taught me about the importance of community service through the Christian service program, and I've carried what I learned from there to college as I am the service director of community service program on campus.
My name is Sidney Essex. I graduated from Loyola in 2020. I'm now a senior at the George Washington University in DC, and I would say that Loyola's teaching of being a man for others and everything that you do has really informed my work in training for a lobbying firm representing civil rights and social justice oriented clients.
Hello, my name is Regina Potenza, and I'm a member of the Loyola School Class of 2021. The skills I learned in speech and debate at Loyola, in addition to speech class, helped prepare me for a major in broadcast journalism at the University of Miami. In addition to that, I'll take those skills with me to New York City again this summer as I intern with the Today Show at Rockefeller Plaza.
Hey everyone, my name is Thomas Makis. I graduated from Loyola in 2023. I'm up here in Canada, attending McGill University and pursuing honors in investment management. Some lessons that I could impart onto you guys. College is great, don't get me wrong, a lot of fun, a lot of work, but seriously make the most of your time at Loyola, because one day you're going to blink, and you'll be a senior sitting in the church waiting to get your diploma and just thinking, where'd all the time go? I mean, Loyola holds like a really special place in my heart, and I seriously can't wait to come back and meet you all and say hi again to all the wonderful teachers that I've had throughout the years. And yeah, with that being said, good luck and go Knights.
Hello, my name is Amelia, class of 2021. Congratulations on your acceptance to Loyola. I now attend the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. My favorite part of Loyola was the service program, which taught me a lot about social justice, and I still bring a lot of those lessons to the work that I do today in journalism and documentary. Loyola also helped me form a lot of long-lasting friendships, including my friend Julia, who I am still very close with today. Good luck with everything, and I hope you choose Loyola. Go Knights!
As you can see from this video, being a part of the Loyola family certainly doesn't come to an end on graduation day. To share with us a little bit more about his experience at Loyola and how it's helped him so far at the College of the Holy Cross, please help me welcome the class of 2022, Nico.
Thank you guys very much for the introduction. Before I get started, this is not included in my script, but today was the first time I actually saw a video of the school and the new building, and I cannot begin to say how jealous I am of you guys. So please take advantage of that next year if you decide to come here. Just first and foremost, thank you to the admissions team here at Loyola for asking me to come back and speak with you all tonight. While I'm currently a second-year student at Holy Cross in Massachusetts, I cannot pass up on the opportunity to come back and speak with you all about my time at Loyola. So in hopes to present you all why I believe Loyola is the best place for you, in the limited time I have with you, I believe that sharing my personal experience as a Knight illustrates the power of Loyola education. So rewinding all the way back to my 8th grade, I also went to the Chapel School in Westchester. I found myself limited to the same small circles throughout my entire preschool to 8th grade life. I really didn't have a good time getting outside of this small network. So when I found out that many of my friends, older siblings, ended up coming to Loyola, I cannot stop hearing endless positive things about their time here. And I was really intrigued to say the least. So while this was all beyond fascinating to me, I will not lie to you, I definitely did not have the right things prioritized coming into my freshman year. While I was having a blast experiencing this new city life, I strayed from prioritizing my academics and wanting to get involved in the school's activities at an early stage. Now, once it was time for my second year to begin, I knew it was time for me to take advantage of all the resources that Loyola has for all of its students. I began the year really taking advantage of my small class sizes and began to realize the power of forming close relationships with my teachers both inside and outside of the classroom. Now, just one example of this is having two of my teachers, both Mr. Powell and Mr. Egner, serve as my baseball coach after school every day. Now, given class sizes are so small here, my teachers were constantly able to know whether or not I was slacking off or staying on top of all my classroom assignments. Now, I won't lie, it was very frustrating in the moment that I couldn't just hide in the back of the class and play on my iPad all day. I'm beyond grateful to this day that this was the case with my education, given that I think this is the large reason of getting me to where I am today. Now, in terms of outside of the classroom life, I knew it was time to start maximizing my time during the activities periods at school, which allowed all students to get involved in any of the numerous extracurriculars Loyola has to offer. Now, being in a culture similar to Loyola's, you will find that students around you are driven, motivated, and dedicated when it comes to prioritizing their time, as it is reflected within our extracurricular participation rate of more than 80% of our students. Now, when I picked up on what those around me had been doing, I stepped outside of my comfort zone and decided to be an editor for the yearbook club. Now, while I was initially intimidated to get involved and join this club, given that it was led by upperclassmen who I had not gotten the chance to know yet, I was immediately surprised to be welcomed with open arms and trust in my assignments, and felt a sense of pride and accomplishment in my work. Now, at this point in my Loyola education, I had already started to see a massive shift in my experience as soon as I started to open up to what had always been available to me as a student. By the time junior year came around, I knew it was time to really step things up a bit and become a leader to the underclassmen who may have found themselves in situations similar to mine. So I decided to throw my name into the junior class student government elections, not thinking really anything would come out of it, but to my surprise, I was elected for the role of junior class representative and really felt a strong obligation to make advantage and be a good representative, not only myself, but all of those around me. Now, through constant meetings with the faculty and board members, I felt like questions and comments were constantly being listened to and implemented into the school on a daily basis. I felt like that anything I said and my peers around me voicing any concerns to our faculty, they were always very immediate to jump on it and really listen to what they say to make sure that every single student felt that they were being represented. Now, as it got time for my senior year here at Loyola, it was time to start getting ready for the most dreaded part of high school, the college admissions process. But to my surprise, and I'm not lying to you when I say this, but I found this to be a very seamless experience with all of the help that Loyola has to offer. Given we are Jesuit high school, we are always told about this Jesuit network from the moment we step onto this school's grounds when it comes to college. Now, I've found in my own experience, and through my friends' interview experience, a lot of these schools' admissions departments are really fond of coming through from a Jesuit high school, given that they pride themselves on raising young adults to serve others in the rest of their educational career and professional careers. Now, these schools include Georgetown, Boston College, and Holy Cross, as just some of the lists that is included. Now, other than these schools, of course, every student finds their specific needs, given that we have such a small student body and are able to be represented on a personal basis with our college guidance department. Additionally, you'll find that our alumni network is incredibly strong here. One of my favorite benefits about our small size is that students are constantly interacting with kids from other grades and not just their own. In terms of my application process to Holy Cross, I was able to reach out to kids I had known from other grades when I was here, either through my own experience or my friends' siblings network. And they did not offer or hesitate to offer a full campus tour, a phone call, or just any sort of conversation that I needed to help me with my experience. Now, given my time with you all this limited today, these are just a few of the many reasons why I believe Loyola is the right school for you. Trust me when I say that your 4 years as a student here will only be the start of your career as a knight, as you will be introduced to a whole new family you will not only be in contact with for 4 years, but the rest of your life. Thank you, and please feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you so much, Nico, for sharing your story and also for making the journey back to 83rd Park tonight.
Now, I know you all have been sitting here listening to a few speakers tonight, and I don't know about you all, but I could certainly use a little music. So without further ado, please enjoy Loyola School's very own rock band performing Island in the Sun by Weezer. I heard there's a new member of the back there tonight, so we thought we would love to
Yeah, with the rock band. Congratulations once again, everybody, for who's been to the class of 2028. We're a student, and perform for you all. Thank you. Technical difficulties, but we'll be running really soon. So yeah, we're rocking and we'll be performing Island in the Sun. So when you're ready, Zach, let's get it going. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. When you're on a holiday, you don't need no words to say. It's a place to call you home as you step into the zone. On an island in the sun, we'll be playing, having fun, and it makes me feel so fine. I can't control my breathing. When you're on the golden sea, you don't need no memory. What's the place to call your own as you step into the zone? On an island in the sun, we'll be playing, having fun, and it makes me feel so fine. I can't control my breath. We'll away together. We'll run sometime forever. We'll never do that anymore. On an island in the sun, we'll be playing, having fun, and it makes me feel so fine. I can't control my breath. We'll run away together. We'll spend some time forever. We'll never do that anymore. Thank you very much. Working on bass for all seniors, and hopefully you guys can continue the legacy of the Loyola School Rock Band in 2028. So.
Wow. Sorry, we'll turn on. I wish I could perform like those guys. What do you reckon, Gianna? Should I try out for the rock band? For
I don't know, Jonesy, I've heard you singing the senior section, and I think you should leave the stage to Ben.
Will do. Honestly, that's so cool. Alex's parents let him play the drums at the house. When I asked my parents, I said absolutely not. So.
I know what you mean, but speaking of parents, we've already heard from current students, alumni, the admissions team, and the school leadership, but the truth is that the majority of the people in this room tonight are parents who want to know what a Loyola education can mean for their child. So we would be remiss not to share a bit we would be remiss to not have an expert parent up here to share about her experience as a Loyola mom with all of you. So, I am pleased to introduce Ms. Jennifer DeSpirito, co-president of our Parent Association and mother of Juliet, class of 2021, Lily, class of 2023, and Zach, class of 2025.
Okay, first of all, we're having a big conversation anytime I have to come up and speak about the lineup, because following all of these amazing kids in that band is crazy, so I hope I can live up to it. I'm also probably, I'm standing over here, so I'm too short. Okay, so welcome, and I do want to say, like everyone else has, congratulations. Being accepted to Loyola is no small feat. So all of you kids out there, it's a big deal, so I hope you feel really good about that and celebrate it, because it's really exciting. Thanks, John T. and Gianna, for the introduction. This is my 8th accepted students night, if you count going all the way back to the one that I attended with Juliet, who is my oldest. And I'm really honored to be here to speak with you guys tonight. So where to start, because there's so much to say. Loyola has been the perfect home for high school for all 3 of our kids. They've each had their own independent experience. Juliet was on the robotics team, which, by the way, she's already jealous of that new robotics field, so she'll surely be back to check that out. She tried multiple times to get a cheer squad going. Didn't really work out. She also loved the Camden and West Virginia service trips. Lily was a manager for softball, worked on the yearbook and gardening club. She attended the Borderlink service and Belize trips, and even ran track her senior year. And Zach has played basketball his freshman and sophomore year, joined the Stop Club, was nominated as a team captain this year, and has been chosen to also be a Kairos leader, and recently made the honor roll for the first time. As you can see, they each created their own experiences, fitting to their unique personalities. We attribute a lot of this to the support that they have at their fingertips inside of these 4 walls. As you've heard at open houses and here tonight, there are numerous clubs, teams, and service trips that allow the students many opportunities to get involved outside the classroom. The small school size allows our teachers and administrators to help to guide our children to find the groups that might be appealing to them, and more often than not, to help push them a little bit outside their comfort zone to try something new. Our kids know that they are supported not only by their peers, but also by all the adults in the building. And I really mean all the adults, not just teachers, not just administrators, but everyone else that walks through here. Juliet is currently a junior civil engineering major at Cornell University. As a freshman, she joined EIA, Engineers in Action, and has since traveled to Eswatini in the summers of 2022 and 2023 to build a pedestrian footbridge for communities in need. This past summer, she was a project manager of an all-female led team. I could talk about this forever, but I won't because I don't have enough time. I share this because I strongly believe that Juliet's success at Cornell and on the EIA team is largely due to the support she had here at Loyola. I was witness to and heard from her about many conversations she had with administrators and teachers at the school over the course of her 4 years. She gained a confidence that allowed her to take on the challenge of Ivy League academic rigor with assurance that she has the tools to seek out the support she needs. She's never shied away from attending office hours or joining a study group. She speaks to professors, TAs, and other administrators with confidence and ease, and that's largely in part because of her experience here with faculty and staff at Loyola. Lily is currently a freshman at the University of New England in Southern Maine. She's studying marine biology. When we returned from her Kairos retreat, we were jumping in the car to drive up to New England for some college visits. We had a lot of time to chat, which she did, by the way, talk for like 2 hours straight. One of the things I remember most distinctly is her telling me that she had had time to spend with a number of her classmates and get to know them a little bit better during the retreat. She was really sad that she only had the rest of her senior year to get to know these kids better. You may have also heard in some of your open houses here at Loyola about grad characteristics, one of which is open to growth. And I can tell you that the class of 2023 personified that value in their senior year. I was blown away by how her class grew in the 8 or 9 months of the school year after Kairos. To see this group of 17 and 18-year-olds expand their friend groups as opposed to sort of doubling down on the existing ones they had during senior year was incredibly inspiring. I was especially proud of Lily when she opened herself to growth once again when given the opportunity to attend an orientation adventure program prior to her academic orientation in Maine, something she never would have easily said yes to before. Needless to say, in that trip she made 2 very good friends who have been pivotal in her creating a friend group that at this point, second semester freshman year, is 20+ strong kids. Now is that. At the beginning of this year, he recognized that he was feeling really overwhelmed by one class in particular. He scheduled a meeting with his guidance counselor and came home that day to share with my husband and I a plan that would help support him. We were blown away with the careful consideration he had given to this concern, as well as the wonderful conversation he had with Mr. Columbi, and then relaying all of that to us. The teachers were quick to jump into action and help us implement that plan. The support and quick action of the staff, we believe, was very instrumental in Zach achieving his honorable status this semester. Zach was also recognized by his peers and nominated to be a captain of the Scott Club, and he was selected as well to be a Kairos leader. I say these things because he's kind of like a silent assassin. He's making his mark on Loyola, his peers, and administrators in a quiet but powerful way. He's finding his path and feels the support of those around him to make the choices and take those risks. He wasn't sure about taking either of those leadership roles, but knowing that others had faith in him, he found the courage to say yes to them. I should mention, as they said before, that I am the co-chair of the PA with my wonderful partner Jeanette, who's in the back. The high school decision should be about your child finding the place that feels the most comfortable for them, where they can be challenged and feel supported. Should that decision be to come to Loyola, please know that this is also a place for you as parents and family members. We have a really active PA. We are present in the building at many of the school events, much like tonight, where we provide opportunities to make friends over the course of your child's time here. Loyola is a place where we all come together as a community to support an environment where our children can thrive and grow through their 4 years. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much, Mrs. DeSpirito.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, I can't believe we're coming to an end of the program, and I haven't even been able to talk about my favorite part of being a student at Loyola.
Oh yeah, what is it, John?
Obviously, it would have to be being a student athlete and getting to play against Eunice a few weeks ago in Loyola's long-time tradition, Sports Night.
That was such a fun night. I think some of you were even there. Show of hands of who was at Sports Night in January.
I thought a couple of you guys were familiar.
Well, for those of you who weren't able to attend, we are so excited to be able to share a quick video to show you what the long-time Loyola tradition is all about.
I've got a surprise for everyone. So without further ado, please welcome the 2023-24 Loyola Knights.
All right, thank you everyone. Your wave. All right, thank you. Yeah, you guys can go grab a seat. Thank you. All right, well that is the conclusion of our event tonight. So, or a formal program, I'll say. But thank you all so much for coming out tonight, especially with the weather and everything else going on. Our students, our board members, some of our faculty and staff are here. They'd love to chat with you a little bit more if you have any questions. But the rest of the night is completely yours. Thank you all so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to grab any of us and have a great night and get home safe. Bye-bye.